Alright guys, how's it going? And welcome to the very first Brady G podcast. This is a wonderful time to be alive, and I'm joined by my guest, Brian. How's it going, Brian?
I couldn't agree with you more. It's an absolutely fantastic time to be alive, and I'm glad to be the somewhat first guest on this great podcast.
Well, yeah, so we just wanted to come on today and chat a little bit about the future of this podcast and what's going on here. So, first question, why did we make a podcast?
Well, we know we're going places, so we think we just want people to hear what we have to say.
Yeah, there's your optimistic answer. The realistic answer is just because we have this new Yeti microphone for a few months here, and might as well get as much out of it. So I hope you're enjoying our luscious voices and listening to the spaces between our words. If you're in psychology, you'll get that joke. Brian's looking at me like I'm crazy.
Like he is.
Okay, and we're 57 seconds in and we've had our first roast. That is fantastic.
Many more to come. Stay tuned.
Okay, so what's a different question you have about the podcast?
Well, I'm just wondering who are some of the guests going to be?
Who are the guests? Oh, wow. What a question that is. Well, let me tell you here. We're going to have all kinds of guests, and hopefully not too many where it's just the two of us sitting alone here in a room at 8 p.m. wondering what the heck we're going to talk about. So we're going to get a lot of guests, hopefully, from great varieties, and it's going to be a good time.
Yeah, I was kind of hoping that this would be my one and only podcast, and I wouldn't have to talk to you.
Oh, wow. Yeah. All right. Well, that's exciting stuff. So, moving along, where are we going to be posting this podcast? I think it just has to be going on the Brady G Vlogs channel. Does it not?
Maybe we could do some sports podcasts down the line and talk
Whoa.
about the fixtures for the day. And
Oh my
whether
gosh.
it's soccer or football or whatever the sport is. Maybe we could do that if that's what the commenters want. But
Well, yeah, we'll see what the people want. Please drop a comment below. There's your first little plug of the day at 2:08 into the podcast. Drop a comment based on what you would like to hear. All right.
and
So-
yes, we hate ourselves just as much as you do.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this is exciting. We are 2:24 in, and we've run out of things to say.
I mean, I was expecting the host to have some prompts and some topic starters here,
Alright,
but I'm
you
not
know,
really getting much.
this
I'm
is-
supposed to be the guest.
This is the first gig here, alright? We're just getting started.
Ask me some questions about my life.
Oh boy. Well, no, I do want to make one thing, somewhat clear. So, I'm thinking, just based on, the material that we clearly lack, and just people's interest, because I bet tens of people will end up watching this. Should probably keep it about 15 to 30 minutes on average, somewhere within that large range. What do you think of that?
Well, I mean, considering that we can't talk for 3, that might be a bit lengthy, but hopefully you'll get some more people with some more stories on
Yeah.
here.
Well, this one might end up closer to 10, just because we have absolutely nothing to say. We just wanted to test it out, see how the mic works, and get the ball rolling, as the kids say.
Just rattle on a little bit about a whole lot of nothing.
Alrighty. Very nice. So, anything interesting to talk about here? Anything to mention?
Well, thank you for the continued support on the support on the BG Sports channel. I mean, all the trick shot videos we've been pumping out for you. I hope you've been enjoying them. I'm a pretty frequent visitor on that channel there, so Brady does all the work on it. But you can see me over there beating him about once a month.
Alright. Wasn't asking for a plug really, but alright.
That's what I do best.
We don't post on that channel much anymore. We gotta get back into that. Okay.
You got any questions you want to ask your first guest?
Any questions to ask my first guest? What's it like having a brother that's a vlogger?
Very annoying. We do many fun things, and a lot of times he's looking through his phone more than he is his own 2 eyes, and he's missing watching the GOAT play because he has to upload his weekly Patriots vlog to the channel.
Alright, see, this is getting somewhere because I have a perfect defense for that. So I'm thinking, and this has been my thought process all along, what if you could go back in 10 years, 15 years, 20 years, and see your experience at that game? I don't know how many Patriots games I'm going to get to go to, for the rest of my life. You never know, once I'm in college and all that beyond. So maybe it's a good memory to have, going to those games.
Well, I didn't know this was going to be a debating podcast,
Well, it
but
could
since it
be.
is, I'll take the opportunity to win the debate.
Oh no.
So, that's a solid point. However, that's what memories are for, and just remembering that you went to those occasions. And also, in 20 years, you're not going to be wanting to look back at a little steamboat and people walking into the fences and the gates, time lapses like your Casey Neistat.
Oh
So,
my gosh.
all that fluff in there, you just gotta remove it. People just show the people what they want.
Well, I'm trying to show the people what they want. I guess I'm trying to make it somewhat interesting for the 40 subscribers I have, whatever it is. I'm trying to
40,
make
that's
it
generous.
Oh gosh, I'm trying to make it like decent content. So it'll be like it's half like just for the memory in the future, and also half for the entertainment because I just like making those kinds of videos.
Well, that's a good point.
Yes. What do you think?
I mean, that's not who I am, but if that's who you are,
Alright.
then I'm glad you get to express yourself through the art of video making.
Yes, well, we're very different people in terms of that, and I don't know if a ton of people know that because they kind of associate us as, one and the same a lot of the time. But, for example, we like to get into Patriots games early, but for completely different reasons. As you've probably noticed on the videos, I walk around the stadium and get the views of all different places where we aren't usually sitting. Brian just likes to go down to the seat and just take it all in for the 2 hours before the game that the gates open.
Yep, if I'm feeling fancy, maybe I'll go grab some nachos.
Yeah, I don't know about the nachos. They've
Maybe
got
not nachos.
those burrito bowls or whatever, taco salads. Those were magical.
A little cheeky hint about Gillette Stadium there. Find the burritos.
Find the burrito. Well, yeah. I don't know how many of those they have around the stadium, but usually like in the corners of the concourse, the lower concourse, those things are fantastic. And there's your tip of the day for all you Patriots game goers out there. 1 o'clock game, get in an hour early, get your little burrito bowl from the stand, and enjoy the warm-ups with some delicious Mexican cuisine.
Alrighty, well, since you are being a bad host and completely neglected to bring questions for me, I'll maybe scratch your mind a little bit with.
That's what the kids say.
Apparently.
Alrighty.
With some nice questions. What are some of your favorite videos that you've made, whether it be the experiences or the time spent editing, which were the coolest to make?
Ooh, that's a very good question.
On either channel.
Well, see, here's the thing. Like, the California vlogs and New Orleans vlogs, like, I think I enjoyed that because who knows how many times in my life I'll be to those different locations. So it is cool to, like, look back and be like, oh, yeah, we rode the Santa Monica roller coaster. Or, oh, yeah, we saw this and that, whatever. But I feel like I didn't do great on those videos. So, things like, the golf vlog, that's not that exciting. It's just golf. But I feel like I made it somewhat interesting, and I think it was a good product. So I guess it goes both ways. My favorite vlog ever, might be the Texans game. That was a good one.
That was a very good one.
Do you remember that one?
Yeah, good game for the neutral fan too. A nice comeback there. Tom Brady being the GOAT. Brandon Cooks finally coming into being a Patriot. What do you think about the Patriots this year? How do you like their chances at the Super Bowl?
Oh, wow, we're taking a little turn for sports here. This podcast has just about everything, and it's only 8 minutes, 41 seconds in. The Patriots this year. Well, let's think about that. I'm thinking, we're looking good. Obviously, we've hit our stride here, sitting at 10-2 here on December the 7th. I think it is going to be interesting, the Steelers game here in a couple of weeks, because that'll pretty much determine who finished with the 1 seed in the AFC. But I think we got a good shot at it. We've had a few unfortunate injuries along the stretch, of course, as we always seem to have. But I'm optimistic. I think we'll make a good run at it. I think Patriots-Eagles Super Bowl seems inevitable. And I look forward to seeing that and maybe get back-to-back championships.
I hope so too. I like our odds, but luck can always happen, and it would be very nice to have some of our injured players back.
Yes. All right. How about a question for you?
Cool.
What are your thoughts, sticking with the sports theme, on the Red Sox going into the next season? How about that? Okay, a lot of changes going on here.
Well, although I'm a Red Sox fan, I don't follow everything to the minute, especially in the off season. However, I am a bit excited about the prospect of signing Giancarlo Stanton.
Giancarlo.
Giancarlo?
Giancarlo.
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 Well, that guy.
Yeah, him.
Around the nice young group of players we have in Mookie and Xander and Devers and all those guys who made a solid push towards the end of last season and ended up finishing quite high, although they didn't do too well in the playoffs. I feel like another strong performer, especially at the plate, could do well. Although I'm a little bit worried that we'll give up too much young talent to attain an injury-prone star. So I don't want to see any of the young guys go, but I feel like that might be what has to happen.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you're like a lot of those, Red Sox fans that's thinking we got to go out and get the biggest hitter we can right now. But he's not a free agent, you can't just throw money at him. We're not the Yankees here. You're going to have to give up some assets, and so I wouldn't be surprised if they were asking for, Devers and Betts or something like that. Some combination, Bogarts and Benintendi, something like that. I don't know, I think it's a little bit too much to give for one player who's just, a lot of power, a lot of potential.
Mm-hmm. And here's more of a question for our international viewers.
Oh, boy.
You might notice by some of our videos when we're wearing shirts and stuff like that, but we follow English Premier League soccer or football.
Oh,
and our favorite team is West Ham, and they are struggling this year.
Oh, it is ugly, and I have had my fair share of conversations about this with my English teacher, Miss Wazalewski. Shout out, Miss Waz. Yeah, it's just not pretty, and usually you have your early season struggles sometimes. They've been kind of known for that over the years, it appears. The 3 years I've been a fan. They haven't gotten off to the best starts, and so I've just been waiting for this struggle to end, but not yet, and it's not looking good for us. It really is not. What do you think?
Well, I was very excited when I saw the signings we were making, but it's too bad they haven't panned out. Chicharito hasn't been horrible, but he hasn't really completely come into his own in the Premier League style. And even more surprisingly, I would say Arnautovic has been basically invisible. I think starting all the way back with his injuries and the red card, maybe one or two I think he's had. And I think that just kind of derailed the start to his career as a West Ham player. And I hope he proves to be stronger in the future of his career as a Hammer, because he's been really unproductive for us, and I think he might have been even our record signing. So that's too bad for him to struggle as he is. And I just really hope we don't get relegated.
Yeah. Well, I didn't know you knew that much about the team. You don't watch very often.
I watch enough to know what's going on.
Alright, well, that's good. So, 13 minutes, I would say, for this inaugural podcast, that might be a good point to call it a day.
Yep.
You think?
And you guys got a little view of our sports knowledge. If you would like to see maybe a semi-weekly or bi-weekly banter show with us talking about the upcoming sports and maybe the past week and what we thought about the games, maybe predicting into the next week, let us know. We'd love to do one of those for you, and we can incite some of our knowledge to our viewers about all of the sports teams, Boston especially.
Yeah, I'm not really sure what's going on in this podcast, or if we're doing, interview style, or someone like sports radio here today. But yeah, just chatting and taking advantage of this wonderful Yeti microphone and the spaces.
Not sponsored.
Okay. So yeah, that'll do it for this podcast. Our next one will be coming out fairly soon, I think. We will have our first guest ever, aside from, just Brian here, and he's not that special, so.
I'll be back on.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he'll be back, especially with the potential he's shown today with those interview skills, my gosh. So yes, we will have a guest, probably multiple guests.
Whoa!
Next time. Thank you for that. I assume the audio just spiked. Apologies to headphone users. So let us know in the comments what you thought. Obviously, this is our first time doing this kind of thing, so be a little easy on us. But we look forward to hearing what you have to say and what you thought, and we will see you next time. Thanks for listening.
Hope you enjoyed.